Matt, how is this, maybe it's too early to really say how the science is comparing with that from the Rosetta orbiter, but perhaps you'd like to give us a bit of an overview of how it's going to compare with the data that we collect from the orbiter.
Okay, the shirt I wore this week, I made a big mistake and I've offended many people, and I'm very sorry about this.
Hi guys, Bill again. Now, if you're not a science geek, you might be wondering who that guy was you just saw just about breaking down there. He's a mission scientist on the Rosetta project. Now, they've just achieved the most amazing, unimaginably complex and astonishingly difficult task. They not only rendezvoused with a comet, they actually landed a probe on it. I mean, the achievement, it might be the greatest advance in space exploration since the Voyager's grand tour of the solar system back in the 80s and 90s. Ultimately, the data they collect from an object that's still largely pristine, it's changed very little from its state when the solar system formed. This data could have the most profound effect on our understanding of the solar system, maybe even our understanding of how life itself came to Earth. Now, there's a bunch of long-standing theories that are going to be put to the test. Some of them are going to fail. Other ones are going to be vindicated. And still others are going to form. Whole new theories are going to form out of the results that come from this particular probe. It is the deep space scientific achievement of the century so far. So why is Dr. Taylor in the shit? You know, did he fuck up at some crucial moment? Did he endanger the 1.4 billion euro project? Was his scientific work in some way below absolutely, irreproachably professional and totally proficient? No, not exactly. He wore a shirt. Now, it was a shirt that's covered in powerful women, many of them armed, some of them wearing lingerie, all of them in vaguely erotic poses. Now, some of them were wearing tight-fitting clothing. It was proper 50s cheesecake. And you know, to be honest, it suited Matt down to the deck. I mean, I laughed out loud when I saw him being interviewed. He was resplendent in baggies and a Hawaiian shirt, all beard and muscle and tattoos. Like a boss. I fucking hell, it takes big brass balls to carry that look off. But I tip my hat to him. The man carries it. He does it well. Now, you can go across the Atlantic and you can watch NASA or JPL sending out some big science briefing, but it's just some suit. It looks a lot like the Office Junior delivering a quarterly report. It's dull as dishwater, no matter how interesting the core subject or the science is. And the news media, they just add the same 3 minutes of stock footage endlessly looping. Fuck me, it put a glass eye to sleep. You don't get any of that bollocks with Matt. I mean, it's plainly obvious that this is his passion. This is what he lives for. I don't know about you guys, but I mean, I could watch him all day long. It's like meeting your favourite author or your favourite games designer or artist, and you find out that they're even cooler than you'd hoped for. And they want to talk about the things that you want to hear about. In a saner reality, he'd be fending off job offers right now. there'd be major networks queuing up to get this incredible character onto their science channels, hosting their shows. There would be publishers offering to ghost his bio. There'd be fragrance houses dreaming up butch advertising slogans to push tailor-branded cologne and aftershave. Yeah, but that's not going to happen. That really isn't going to happen. You see, the social justice warriors decided to get all offended by the great man's shirt. Sexist. Misogynist. Ah, for fuck's sake, can they not just play another record for a change? I mean, this shirt is offensive, people. This is what an offensive shirt looks like. It's so fucking offensive, just wearing it makes young men and women a valid target for fucking animals who would shoot them, stab them, bomb them, or mutilate the shit out of their captured fucking corpses without losing a moment's sleep over it. That shirt? Come on. Let's just get one thing clear. Nobody was offended by Dr. Taylor's shirt. A whole lot of people pretended to be offended, but that's a different thing. You see, they've been claiming that casual sexism and everyday harassment is preventing women from entering the STEM fields for years. And they've succeeded in getting things off the ground. Projects like the Athena Swan have been funded and monetised and now have a lot of clout in the scientific community. But this notion, the notion that women should make up over 50% of every academic field, it might deny women, individual women, their individual choices. I mean, why would you become an industrial chemist when you can earn twice as much working half the hours in marketing? It makes no sense. The notion that women in science, or that the women who are already in science, or any other field, actually want to be there, they're there because they chose to be there, it's not going to hold water with these ideologues until they make up the majority of people in every white-collar field in the Western world. The justification for their position, it comes from standard feminist rhetoric. You know, they cast women as a victim group, they ignore the opinions of women who've actually got first-hand experience of the working environment they're talking about. They collect shitloads of funding and they just go on yet another anti-male witch hunt. So, when a big man turns up, looking a lot like Dean Esme on holiday, it's fucking game on with these pricks. Oh my god, that shirt offends me. Get a fucking grip. Really? I mean, really, what is offensive about it? Yeah, it's covering semi-naked women. Yeah, big deal. This is the week when Keira Knightley got her tits out to demonstrate that you don't need Photoshop or 3 kilos of slap to look good wearing your own flesh. And it's the same fucking week that Kim Kardashian's arse is all over the front pages of every fucking tabloid in the Western world. And let's face it, you can look inside for her posing buck naked, wearing all of her own and probably all of Keira's own makeup as well. Apparently. Just saying. And maybe it was the poses that enjoyed the SWJs, although I doubt that very much. The girls on the shirt could have been taken off a Russ Meyer film poster, and I'm pretty sure they've all got plenty of those stored in their hard drive. I mean, I've even heard that PZ Myers uses them to bookmark his squid porn collection. Just saying, it's what I heard. Nah, it's just any excuse. The really sad thing is that this is exactly the kind of man who should be advertising science. Look, science is hard. There's very few tangible rewards for working in a STEM field. The money's crap, the hours are long, the work's extremely intellectually demanding. If you're a mainstream career-orientated type, you're going to look elsewhere. The rewards will come quicker and there'll be a whole lot less effort involved. Now, if you want scientists and engineers to step up to the mark, to come forward, fuck playing at corporate image and gender politics. You find the science geeks and you give them an icon. Give us a Carl Sagan for the new age, a slimmed down Patrick Moore, a young Dickie Attenborough. Give us a Dr. Matt Taylor. Show the youngsters somebody that they can relate to, somebody that they could aspire to be, and they'll come running. That shirt of Matt's, it was a gift. It was a birthday present from a dear friend of his, Ellie Prizeman. She's married to Tourist to Tourist. Now, I've heard the professionally offended demand to know what the hell he thought he was thinking about wearing that particular shirt on the big day. Now, unlike them, I don't think it's any of my God's damn business what he thought he was going to wear on that day, but if I'm pushed, I'll take a guess at it. I'd guess that he was saying thank you to the people, to his people, the people who care about him, the people, the friends who supported him all the way through this long, hard project of his. He was saying thank you to the people he loves. Now, Matt is one of us. He's a human being, for God's sake. I think it is utterly despicable that sexist, ideologically driven misandrists have chosen to derail the greatest achievement of his life, the best day in his professional career. They've risked destroying that. They've damn near broken his spirit, and all of it just to score some cheap points in a pathetic little crusade against the patriarchy. Look, I can't just rant about this. It wouldn't be enough. I've got to show you the man in action. If you haven't seen this already, watch it. If this doesn't make you smile, if this doesn't leave you hungry for what happened next, if this doesn't make you think, fuck the money, that is a man enjoying the best job in the world for him right now, then there's no hope for you. There really isn't. Laters, guys.
This is the first time anyone has tried to set down a lander on a comet that's speeding through the solar system at 40,000 miles an hour. There's a lot that could go wrong, and I'm joined by Dr. Matt Taylor, who is project scientist for the Rosetta mission. Now, there already has been a slight glitch this morning, hasn't there? One of the thrusters on the lander isn't working. What does that mean?
Well, that thruster's there to give a little bit of an extra push to ensure that the lander will affix itself to the comet. So we have ice screws, we also have a couple of harpoons. That deployment you also want to push down to make sure there's not much bounce. So there are indications. We're not totally sure what's wrong with the thruster system. It's just a little thruster on top of the space of the lander. If it's not working, we might bounce a little higher and rely more on the screws and the harpoons to get us back on the comet.
And what kind of terrain will the lander be setting down on? It's not a particularly friendly place on the surface of this comet, is it?
No, it's certainly not a billiard ball. We've spent the last year being fascinated by moving from what we thought was a grey potato to this black swan that we're landing on. It's got numerous different kinds of features, cliffs, these large boulders. Hopefully we're lucky enough to not go near one of those and we land on a relatively smooth spot. It could be a dusty like cigarette ash, it could be more like kitty corals or cat litter, that kind of consistency. It's got the density of cork or styrofoam. So all of this is ahead of us, and the next day we start to find out really what that surface layer is like by putting the lander down there.
And I suppose the big question is, I mean, this has cost a lot of money, in excess of €1 billion. Why bother? Why do this?
This mission is there to answer some of the fundamental questions of how our solar system formed, why it formed, why the planets evolved as they did, and fundamentally why we're here as well. Comets are a leftover debris from the early solar system formation, so we look back in time at these, it gives an indication of how things evolved. They're linked to us, they're made of water. Possibly the water, the 50% water ice that we find on a comet, could have been a delivery mechanism to the Earth. They also have organics on them. That could have been a way of putting building blocks of life on Earth. That's what we're looking at.
So hopefully when you get down there you'll be able to find some of these things out, but there is a lot that could go wrong with this particular mission. I mean, how are you feeling today? What do you think the chance of success actually is?
I'm the project scientist. We're here to do science. We've been doing science for the last year. We'll continue to do science all the way through next year. I'm incredibly confident that we're going to nail this landing. Confident enough to have it drawn on my body. So that's what I did it for. That's why we're here.
So a tattoo, you mean? Should we
Yes.
take a look?
Yeah.
Let's have a look at your tattoo here.
So that's my prediction for later today, that we get the lander on the comet.
So you must be pretty confident to have that already drawn on the surface of your leg already.
That's my prediction. We're all go now. We're going to go.